here today of every race, color, creed, and religion that are going to decide the fate of our society and this world.
Woo!
It was 5.5, almost 6 years ago that I was last year at this theater, and I invited Jim Mars to come up when we premiered my film, Terror Storm, A History of Government-Sponsored Terrorism, for another capacity crowd of great patriots. And here we are, almost 6 years later. My friends, you notice how everything is accelerating. Everything is condensing down. There's a quickening happening. Within the next 5 to 6 years, to a great extent, more is going to happen than we've seen the last 50 years. We're going to see events, if we're here together 6 years from now, that are going to really change the future course of humanity for good or for evil. And all of you intellectually know that. You know that in your gut. Everyone is concerned and can see it. But because a lot of people like Jim Mars and countless others were willing to talk about these issues 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I interviewed people who were talking about the New World Order, the global corporate fascist system 50 years ago, because they were inside government corporations and saw the plans for it. Because the globalists were gaining power and funding themselves as they expanded towards their goal of total world dominion, not just over nations, but over individuals. This system we face is a revolution against the very human system itself by technocrats who, in their own words, think that they're God and think that they're playing God and will become physical gods. And I've had the New York Times, CNN, you name it, say, Alex Jones made a film called Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, where he says the global elite are going to live forever. I didn't say that. I quoted all the top futurists like Ray Kurzweil and others who had meetings with the Rockefellers and all the rest of them. And these people have been saying this for at least 100 years. It's their goal. I don't know if they're going to attain it. But in so many public documents that will make your head spin, that I've covered on the radio, TV, you've seen it, you've read it from their own foundation websites, they say they're going to establish world government, not to dominate us, but to kill us once it's in place so they can have the whole planet for themselves.
Yeah.
So that's what we face. And the minions of the system, those who think they can serve this system and get power out of it, people think they bet on the New World Order, so they're part of the big winning team. You're on the globalist bandwagon. Your team's going to the Super Bowl. They are the biggest fools of all. This system is going to come into fruition. The question is, what are we going to do in the fight against it? Because if we resist the New World Order, it will collapse of its own weight. That's God's promise, common sense's promise, history's promise. But if we lay down and give into it, it seeks to fully take control of our psyches, our minds, our very souls. Because at the end of the day, the New World Order could care less about money. They print that. They could care less about property except for remote control. They want our minds. They want your soul. Don't ever forget that. They believe in it. And the New World Order's greatest trick is convincing you you're an animal and don't have free will. They know full well the opposite. And they are scared of you because evil is...
Woo! Yeah! Yeah!
Now, I got 4 pages of notes I want to go over. And the problem is I've never given a speech where I actually follow my notes. After we premiere this 40-minute mini documentary, it's not really mini, it's 40 minutes. It's a mini, be 10 minutes.
It's a movie.
I'm going to come back after we do an hour-and-a-half speech. Then we got some microphones up here. I'll take about 30 minutes of questions. But I'll tell you this, there's a lot of reasons I don't do events. A, I can electronically reach exponentially more people. And B, it is always humbling to come out and meet all the wonderful, beautiful people who have beautiful minds, beautiful souls, to see people here with their children, to see others. It is so...
Woo! Yeah!
And I'll tell you, it's painful, because to fight the New World Order is one thing, but to actually go out and see the best parts of humanity, it's just, it is a great weight to realize so many people are counting on me. But I'll tell you this, so I don't sit here and feel like I have the weight of the world on me. I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, I can't do anything for you folks. I'm telling you, the weight of the world's on you, but it's not a weight. Take it on, and it will empower you.
Yeah! Yeah!
Because you're only satisfaction. You're only going to find fulfillment in doing what's right, and you know that. That's why you're here. But I'm talking to the millions that will end up watching this out there. Those that make fun of those of us that care or are involved. Those that laugh at us when we're informed. We shouldn't be angry at them as I've been in the past. We should realize these are damaged people by the psychotronic weapons, the television, the soul-sucking culture, the chemicals, the GMO, all of it. This was done to put people into a literal trance, scientifically. You can look it up, the brain waves are lower than they were 50 years ago. The public is very close to a sleep state. And so don't be angry at them when they laugh at you and giggle at you and come back with canned responses. These are programmed people, scientifically manipulated, scientifically possessed with propaganda of the New World Order. And we're here not to show them what we see, not to make them think like we think, but to simply say, open your eyes, wake up. Reality's going on all around you, not this tiny system the New World Order tries to keep you in. Now, about 4 weeks ago, I set up this, a couple events here in Dallas and then in Orlando. And I said, well, we'll just shoot a little comedy intro where I'm all paranoid about the New World Order taking over, making fun of these real. Then we'll cut into from the fake threats into the real threats to give you an idea of just how crazy the globalists actually are and the fact that they're their own greatest threat because they're deceived and being led along towards their own destruction. I'm going to break that down. But before I get into the blueprint to defeat the New World Order, I thought I'd give you the blueprint of madmen. So you can see that when they laugh at us and call us crazy, here we are putting on display the way they behave and act and the way they like us to behave. They truly are the madmen, and history proves that. So I'm going to break it all down, and I just want to say, with our skeleton crew, we're trying to beef it up. Everybody's done a great job. Richard Reeves putting all this together.
Yeah!
Woo! And Rob Jacobson wanted to add so much stuff to this. Rob! Like last night, drove it down here. And just everybody else that's involved with the team, and of course you, because I want to explain something. You are the info war. You are the resistance. You know that we are the people standing between all those innocents and the globalists. And we do have power. That's why they're trying to bring in the censorship and all the rest of it. So I salute you. I salute you for coming out here. Awesome job. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all those out there taking the time to watch this later as well. And I give you this new documentary, The Blueprint of Madmen. Here it is, and I'll be back.